10 months, no social media. Let's talk about it. Yeah, the first thing I'll say right offhand, mental health, flat out better. Absolutely no need to compare yourself. And it wasn't that I was actively, consciously comparing myself to others. It's that I was subconsciously comparing myself. And I didn't feel like I had the ability to control that. So, yeah, I would say that I just feel a lot better, and my mental health is not perfect still, but I am getting better, trending better, and the conversations I'm having with my therapist are getting deeper and deeper. And I think that overall that's something that has helped me the most, is having a therapist, but that just being off social media has instantly given it a boost, especially the first few months. Now, I will say that it is a bit more complicated. You do have this juxtaposition where you want to be with other people and you want to belong, so you don't want to miss out necessarily. And I do feel that still, and even actually practically speaking, it has been somewhat of a hindrance in a way. Like, for instance, I was gonna go hike this hiking trail, and it would be useful to try to talk to some people there about the conditions or getting a ride to and from the trailhead for backpacking. And all of that was on Facebook. And you know, if you don't have Facebook, that they don't let you look at it. So, much less message people. So, practically speaking, I think that's how they get you, where you need something in your life and you end up becoming just like tied because you desire it. And you know, I just think that's how they get you, and it's a trap. It's not worth it. It takes up all of your time. Biologically speaking, I don't feel like humans are able to hold that level of technology. And, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but, you know, it's... thank you guys. Thanks for letting me cross. So, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but we have evolved for many, many years to need each other as humans to survive. Humans need other humans, and that is hardwired into us. And so when you don't do that, you know, it kind of, or like when you're getting the social media fix, you know, you're getting all those endorphins of seeing other people like you, and you see their pictures of their profiles, they say, oh, this person likes me, but you're not getting any of the meat. You know, you're not actually getting any of the nutrients of being with them. So you're just getting a shell of something. It's not the real thing. So when, you know, you want to go on social media, you have this desire to connect, but you're not getting it. You're having your needs be unmet. And so when you constantly are doing that over and over and over again, you start to develop mental illness within yourself. And it leads people to kill themselves. I hate to tell you, but people can be really, really sensitive. And especially for teenagers, when they're so psychologically vulnerable, I would never allow them to use social media. I think Florida just passed a law, no social media before 14 or something like that. Even then, I still wouldn't let them. But, whew, I have so many benefits to report not being on social media 10 years. I also know that I'm missing out on stuff and I'm missing out on opportunities. But for me, just the cost that I was paying, having to endure hours and hours of my life being wasted, for me, it's not worth it. And, at the end of the day, what do you value more? Your mental health or validation? Validation that's not real. These people aren't, connecting with you. And it's not a real connection. All the people that I was talking to and being friends with in person, if anything, it brought them closer to me, because now they don't see me on there anymore, and if they want to connect with me, then they gotta call me or text me. But all the people that I was, had little internet relationships with on Instagram, they never reached out. They fell by the wayside because it wasn't real. You'll learn real quick who is a real friend and who's just faking it. And that clarity is very valuable. Don't underestimate the power of that clarity, because your true wealth is your network, but in-person and real connections are what matters. Because at the end of the day, how much of those people that are liking your stuff on social media are actually gonna help you when you're down? Would lend you $500 if you needed it? Tell me that. How many of those people would do it? So, I guess that's the point I'm trying to make, is that you need real community, not fake community. Don't fool yourself and think that it's real when it's not. And when it's not. This Instagram stuff. It's actually going out of fashion, I heard. People are dropping off the platform, especially creators. More and more people are coming to YouTube instead, because you can actually focus on generating wealth. On Instagram, you can't really make money there. So it's up to you. But 10-month report is that I have better mental health. I have more clarity about who my real friends are, who my real connections are. And I'm just loving life. I'm really not missing it at all. I don't wake up and have relapses and the urge to go look at my phone anymore. Now I got a really big meditation streak going, 2.5 months, and that's been so much better for me, so helpful for me to meditate, just be in nature, go for a walk. That's the real deal, when we're just out here. Those people, they're going on a cruise. Isn't that lovely for them? They don't need social media. You know, and just be real with yourself. Because social media is not real. Don't you need to sit yourself down and say, wait, let's do a cost-benefit analysis here. And you know what? I'm not even sure if the costs are worth it anymore. What am I really getting out of this mindless scrolling? And you may reflect on that it's not worth it. So, I don't know. 10 months of no social media. Your life is one big adventure. You don't need to share at all. You know. And to be honest, nobody really cares. You go eat breakfast, you take a photo of it, put it on your story. Nobody cares. They don't care where you are, who you are, what you're doing. People care about learning, getting value from you. They don't want a vlog. We don't want any of that. We want the real you, talking about real stuff, real problems. Like our social media addiction and how it's eroding the society that we have paradise, we have it all. But now we got to turn back the mirror and look at us. Externally, we have everything we could possibly want. It's our internal world that is now at the forefront of what we need to cultivate. We need to cultivate the things that are going to make us happy. Does social media really make you happy? I would say for me, no. It was just a quick dopamine hit. It was just making myself feel the facade of belonging. When in actuality, people on there were talking stuff about me behind my back. They were saying this and that. And at certain times, I made the mistake of posting really vulnerable, sensitive stuff that I shouldn't have posted. And it came back to bite me. And so you wouldn't want to do that. And I just think that I value my inner peace, my mental health. My happiness is priceless. Why do I need to give it up to a corporation that's harvesting all my information? Don't need to. You know, we really have it all. We don't need to put our whole lives out there. It's just sad. People are looking for validation. Insecurity. Look at yourself and you know the issues that you're having. Sometimes social media can be exacerbating it. Oh, and it really depends on what platform too. I feel like Instagram and Facebook were the most toxic for me. I would spend too much time on them. They would, just erode at me. Oh, now that I think about it, just think about going back on those platforms now. Oh my God, it feels like suicide. I've just grown accustomed to going out and doing what I want and not posting it. Or sharing, real stuff, like my real thoughts about real topics that would help people on platforms like YouTube, where it never goes away. On Instagram, all those stories, they just go away. They're gone. It wasn't real. And in 2025, when things feel less real than ever, isn't that something you want to do for yourself? Reground, refocus. How could you direct that time elsewhere into something that's actually productive? Grow a YouTube channel. Do something that you want to do. It doesn't all have to be about saving face. And I stayed on social media so long because I sold myself this idea that I needed to do it for my business. And that was false. I ended up doing way better with my business, my poetry business, after I left social media. And I reactivated my Instagram, Daniel Sage Poetry, but I never go back on there. Because to be honest, I'm a little scared of getting sucked back into that hole. Because I was scrolling like for 3 hours a day. I had that freedom. We finally given ourselves the gift of freedom in this modern age, modern living. And I feel like a lot of people, we just abuse it. We just sit there, and instead of enjoying the silence or reflecting or doing what we need to do, we're just brain rotten with scrolling on Instagram over and over and over again. And that's why society is falling apart. It's because we're all rotting ourselves to death. So if you want to be part of the solution, leave social media. Leave social media, not because I told you so, but because you deep down, within you, it's the right thing to do. And I just think that I'm happier now. I have my friends. I make it a point to reach out and call them. Sometimes they call me. And that makes it way more special, that you have that thing that you share instead of just checking in and seeing a photo. That photo doesn't really tell you how they're doing. It's just a small snapshot and illusion of connection. And let's take a deep breath. Realize that you're in the captain's chair. You're in the pilot seat. You can cancel anything. You are always in control of your time and how you spend it. And with that, I'd like to send you off with my love. If you need a custom poem, you can get one from me below. Thanks again for the support. I love you.